Hello, everyone. It's me, Travis of Giggles and Bits, and wow, I haven't had this much interesting news, like come across throughout the day. So I actually got a couple of videos to record today. I think about three. I think I'll get about three videos in today. But let's jump into it. I saw this and thought it was pretty interesting. His ego will break the DCU apart. The Rock announces Black Adam DC Universe in latest Instagram post. Fans believe he doesn't want Henry Cavill to return. So I don't know about this. This is there's quite a bit of speculation. So I'm gonna take this with there's some precedent, and this article does a good job of touching on those events. But we'll see. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been a huge proponent of portraying, as well as starring in upcoming DC Extended Universe endeavor Black Adam. However, people on the internet are starting to grow wary of his shenanigans, as many have claimed that the actor, former wrestler, has a massive ego, which might break the DCEU apart. Whether that's true or not, a new Instagram post made by the Black Adam actor is generating quite the traction, as the fans were given the means to substantiate their ends. Apparently, the actor is hell-bent on wanting a Black Adam DC universe. Yeah, I'm not surprised about this. I mean, they talk about it. So in his latest Instagram post, the Black Adam actor talked about the end credit scene at the of DC League of Super Pets. Okay, we have major plans to build out the Black Adam DC universe and now the DC Super Pets universe with our partners. So apparently there's, I guess the, so does it tie into it? This is gonna get so confusing, Warner. If you've got children's movies with characters that you don't intend on having, that's gonna be really confusing. I'm a little confused by that. Yeah, some fans took to Twitter to express their disappointment. Some stated how this is just a repeat of what occurred during the aftermath of the Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw 2019 release. Tyrese may have been right about what he said about The Rock. Back when the Hobbs and Shaw Fast and Furious stuff was going on, well, back when the whole beef, like, it seemed to be kind of outward, not necessarily public, but enough that people were noticing, and some things were being said by The Rock, and I don't think Vin Diesel actually addressed it, but Tyrese Gibson, I do remember him bringing this up. And he stated after the Hobbs and Shaw movie pretty much tanked, I have to show my respect for one thing. He tried. Folks called me a hater and attacked me for speaking out. Breaking up the family clearly doesn't have the value that one would assume it does. The Rock doesn't like Vin Diesel's work ethic. Likes to play things kind of loose, shows up late on set, days he's supposed to be shooting, holds up production, makes last minute changes, but all in all keeps a pretty relaxed atmosphere on set, and it's a lot of fun for people. That's what I hear about Vin Diesel. That kind of work ethic doesn't sit well with someone like The Rock, who is very regimented. I mean, if you go back and you look at his some of his earlier films and even some of his newer ones, you don't see him doing it as much. But he would change his workouts to fit the character that he was playing. So if the character was like a former Marine, he would take up Marine workouts and build his body that way for the character. So it's a tremendous effort being put forth by The Rock in his films. I don't really know that much about Vin Diesel's work ethic. He seems to, for the most part, keep to himself aside from a few things here and there. So fans took to Twitter and basically voiced their negative opinions. So again, this is all anecdotal, but there are concerns with fans of these franchises, especially the DC universe. There's more news coming on that. I'll talk about that later, not in this video, but what's been building up for a while now is how DC fans feel about the former wrestler and his antics regarding the franchise. To say they are unamused by the actor's statements would be an understatement. Many claim that Warner Brothers sidelining their A-list characters for Black Adam DC Universe, as the actor emphasized, would be hilarious. Some even commented on how he might be the sole reason why Henry Cavill may not be making a return to the franchise. following what they had to say. So the Rock's post here it is. I read that earlier. Mercury here. Uh, this is why you don't invite The Rock to your cinematic universe. That's fun. Is that an ISOM? That's pretty cool. This is why you don't invite The Rock to your cinematic universe. What the fuck is the Black Adam DC universe? Well, we'll see how he reacts when DC Universe is not as successful as the Snyderverse and everything else DC verse. I like Rock. I like Rock, but he needs some humble pie. Um, I see what you're saying. I see what that individual is saying there, and that the Snyderverse was popular. It was flawed. I will say that. Was it successful? I would say for the most part. I hate calling it the Snyderverse because he wasn't involved in all the like Snyder wasn't involved in all the films. I would say it was pretty good. I mean, it'd be nicer if the characters were more heroic. I guess I don't know. I have my issues. John here responding to Mercury said the ego of this man and detachment from reality, and they say Henry is a diva. That's a reference to comments that Warner Brothers made when contract negotiations fell apart with Henry Cavill. Warner Brothers, the folks that were in charge of before, I believe this happened before Zaslav took over, basically said that Henry Cavill was difficult to work with and a diva. Which, if he's difficult to work with, I imagine it was because he was telling them all the things that they were doing wrong with Superman and some of the other superheroes. Been telling people about The Rock. Nothing but living, breathing ego. The franchise killer. LOL. I 100% believe he somehow has a hand in Cavill not returning. His Comic Con reaction to the booze says it all. It's like he intentionally wanted to make that statement about whoever, like his comment about Superman, whoever we get to play that. It's almost like he feels like he's the decision maker in terms of how everything moves forward with DC, and that is troublesome. Whether The Rock is truly keen on wanting to keep his egotistical limelight on himself is up to the fans and audience interpretations. However, what can be attested to is that the enjoyers of DC are getting worn down by the former wrestler's actions and statements. It's very strange that he would word this like that he would word it in a way that made it seem like his movie is going to be the sole saving grace of the DC extended universe. I don't know what to make of it. Again, this is all just a bunch of speculation, just according to fan reactions and some comments made by past co-star. So within a franchise that The Rock was also a part of. So a good article here by this individual. I'm not gonna butcher your name, but I'm gonna highlight it right here. Good read. Enjoyed it. That's really all I wanted to say about that. And tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me, leave a comment, like, subscribe, if you choose to. And yeah, I'm curious what you guys think about this. Do like I don't know. He's a bit he can be a lot. He can be a lot. I mean, the dude's a massive self promoter. Adios. I don't know why I'm still around.